worker, but in the context, it means employee. Same thing if you want to say co-worker. Just say C-O worker. Co-worker. Yep. Another sign that is good to know. Boss. So in real life, it's what's called a claw hand shape. It kind of looks like this. It's kind of like if you're like, rah, if you're like trying to scare a child, and then you're just gonna tap your own shoulder. It's not the opposite shoulder. It's your same shoulder. Boss man. I'm the trash man. Okay. Boss man. You have a question? Boss, that's an older sign. I know that is a sign. It's a lot older though. The reason is, personally, the reason I don't use it is it looks like the same sign for royalty. This is royalty. It looks like you're saying your boss is royalty. He's not royalty. Screw that guy. So I personally don't use it. It's not wrong. Totally not wrong. It's just older. This is used a lot more commonly. Another sign you might see, the sign for like, manager and CEO. CEO you can finger spell, but if you're just talking about somebody higher up, you just use control person. So control, if you have index, you're going to be using X hands. If you don't have index, you could just use pointer fingers. And you're going forward and backward, alternating. This is control. A way to remember it is it's like you're controlling horses on a carriage. You're controlling the horses, yeah. So control person, it just means manager, somebody above you that's controlling and commanding below. So you might also see that for boss, but technically that is more like a manager figure. So yeah, boss and manager. Trying to think of some other ones that I've seen before, because there are different variations. Hold on, actually I need a glass of water. Give me 1 second. My water's so far away. Okay, don't misbehave while I'm gone. Give me 5 seconds. Paige, I'm putting you in charge to watch everybody.
Paige, teach us a sign.
Ooh, I choked. Hey! Oh my, guys! No! Oh. I'll wait. Okay. Yes, Shaw. Oh, yeah. So, okay, hold on. I have to sit back down. I'm an old lady. I can't stand up for so long. Okay. So, what he says, he's like assuming, so he kind of showed like this sign, which means like higher up. It could also be this way. I've also seen this. There's a lot of different signs and there's a lot of different translations. But even this sign, or this sign, it basically just means like somebody who's in charge. And it could also be in the explanation of admin. So you might see people use this in terms of Discord. Admin, because they're above the mods. Yep. Another good sign to know is staff. So this sign is a little bit hard if you don't have index, but I'll show you how to do it if you don't. So you're going to start with an S on your shoulder here. It's more like your chest, and then you go across to an F. Staff. And if you don't have index, you can also just do with S, which is a fist. Staff, like that. Staff, okay? But usually you want to be going from an S to an F. Staff. Yep. Another one you might see is volunteer. If you don't have index, you could just use a fist. And it's weird, but volunteer is the same sign as shirt. Same sign. No difference. No difference at all. And I think the reason is, usually if there's volunteers at an event, they usually wear special shirts. That's the best explanation I could come up with. This is just the sign for shirt, and it's the same exact thing. Just It literally just means shirt, but it also means volunteer. So if you're a volunteer, or if you're staff. Yep. Okay, we got like 10 more minutes. Let's do a review real quick, and then we'll move on to questions. Okay. Show me how to sign dollar. How do you sign dollar? Show me that. Yep. Yep. We want to make sure thumb is out. Thumbs out, and we're swiping across this way. Yep. And then show me the 2 signs for credit. There's 2. Show me 2 signs for credit. One. Good. Almost. Okay, and then what's the second sign? Yep. Good. Okay, so for the first sign, we're going to make sure our fist is up. It's like you went to shake somebody's hand, and then you closed your fist. It's not this way. It's this way. And then you're swiping. Second sign, you just swipe in your card. Yep, this hand doesn't need to be doing anything. Just swipe in your card. Yep. Swipe. Okay. How do you sign boss? Show me that. Go talk to your boss. Yep. Good. Everyone got that. Boss. Yep. And last one, what about manager? I sign manager. Okay. Control person. Or managing person. So control person. Okay, last one. How do you sign customer? You guys better remember this one. There you go. Good. Customer, right on your own chest, not on their chest. I'm never gonna forget that. I just imagine saying hello. Yeah, on your own chest. Keep it to yourself, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. Keep it to yourself. Okay. All right, and so lastly, before we finish up, are there any questions? It does not have to relate to what I said. It could be about anything at all. Yeah, Redo.tool.
How do you sign euro?
Euro?
Oh.
I don't know. I personally would have
Okay,
signed
sorry.
international dollar, but do you know how to sign that, Crow? Okay. Oh, it's like the symbol. Okay, so if you don't have index, just use open hand, but okay. I've never seen that. Oh, very interesting. Thank you, Crow. I've never seen that. Now I know. Thank you for your question as well. Oh, you have a question, Cherry? I think I saw you first. And it will help me. Hold on, I'm gonna cut you off. Hold on. It will help me if you guys just go in a line, so that way I don't miss anybody. Okay, what were you saying, Cherry? Bless you? Okay, awesome. So personally, I'm West Coast, like I said. I've always signed bless you like this. Like you do a cross. So if this person sneezes, I say bless you, bless you. It's like doing a cross. But I've been told that in some dialects, this actually means danger, like danger of death. So, you might want to be careful. So I don't sign that anymore because I don't want to confuse people unless I'm talking with my locals. But a more generally accepted is bless you. So this is like you have the blessing and you're giving that blessing. So bless you. But if you're on the West Coast like me and you're just signing with locals, it's also okay to either do 2 fingers, or open hand like that. Yeah, I have signed that my whole life ever since I grew up as a kid, and I signed it with War Dragon, and he looked at me like I was crazy, because he sneezed, and I was like, "Oh, bless you," and he goes, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, I was just saying bless you," and he's like, "That means danger of death," and I'm like, whoa, so yeah, be careful, but it also works. Yeah, there's a lot of signs like that. My last tangent before I move on. I know a lot of kiddos, when they're little, they learn kind of in their school that underneath the chin means a bad word. And in some areas, yes, it means F off. But in other states, it actually means, oh, up to you. You choose. It's up to you. So you could try to be rude to somebody, and the same exact sign could be something very polite. So it's always important to be very careful, number one. And number two, get to know the dialect of the person. So if you're talking with somebody and you notice that they're using dialects of certain areas, maybe try and shift yourself to move to that area's dialect. Yep. Okay. Anyways, yeah, Wolfie, you have a question? Could you fingers spell that one more time? I had a lag spike. I'm sorry. Wait. R-E-T-I. Oh, retire. Retire. Okay. And quit. Yeah, retire and quit are different. So retire is actually, you're going to have R hands. I've actually seen it like this handshake. If you don't have index, you could just use either L hands or peace signs. And you put it on your chest like this. The reason is this is like vacation or break. Like this, like chillin', vacation. And retire is more like official, so it's kind of like tighter. So this is just like, I'm taking a break, I'm taking a vacation, I'm taking time off. Excuse me. Retire is like this, retire. But quit is different. Quit is you're coming out. So this is the thing, you joined it, but you quit. You quit. So that's different. You don't want to say, I retired, because then they're going to be like, you quit your job? No, I just retired. Chill. Yeah, very different. Good question. Undead C, could I ask you to step forward a little bit? Okay, there we go. What's up? For context, yes. Yes. So there's two different signs. Correct, yes. So there's context, like this. So this is like a person, and it's what's surrounding it. So another sign that's similar is situation. This is a sign situation. It's an S hand surrounding it, right? But there's another sign which is a C hand coming forward. Context, same thing. Context or context, same exact thing. Yep. Also, yeah, it's just kind of like surrounding it. But personally, I've always signed it like it's actually in real life, like your finger's actually like in between your other fingers and you twist it, but you could also kind of like surround it. Same thing. Yep, there's a lot of different signs for it. I'm gonna butcher your name. I'm gonna butcher your name. Oh my god.
Just you could call her Tal.
Okay, Tal. What's your question?
Actually, my question was from the last class I was at, which was the deaf culture class, and I was just embarrassed to ask, but I keep running into the situation where I have hard of hearing friends or selectively mute friends, and they like, because I'm a desktop user, I can't sign, and when I talk to them, sometimes I feel like a burden, or yeah, and like, because I'm still learning sign. I also can't understand most of the signs, so they use keyboard or like writing. But sometimes I just feel embarrassed to talk to them because I feel like it's too hard to communicate. And so like I was gonna ask, I guess my question is, are desktop users like a burden to talk to?
That's actually a really great question. My answer is no. Because simply put, even if you did have VR, your skills would not change magically. There are tons of people who interact with deaf people every single day and know zero sign. Like, not even how are you? So just the fact that you're trying to learn is already a step above the general public that deaf, hard of hearing, and mute people interact with every single day. Just being here is a very nice thing to do that you don't have to do. And on one hand, it's valid for you to feel that way, but you should never be embarrassed of your skill sets or your personal burdens, as you called them. So, just like somebody should not be embarrassed that they don't have index. That's fine. You could still sign in certain ways. We have special avatars with desktop users can sign, or you can get an interpreter with you or somebody to help you communicate if they don't understand, or you can write and type. So there's tons of ways to communicate. It's valid for you to feel that way. I'm not discouraging your emotions, but, as an outsider's point of view, never feel ashamed of being on desktop. VR is expensive, man. We get it. Like, don't worry about it, We're not like, you must have VR. How dare you? It's okay. I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Super. What a cute avatar. Are you talking? Your mic's muted.
That would be the problem. I was actually asking, is there a sign for when you have to take a hearing aid off and put it like on the charger and let the thing charge up? Like,
No, like the sign for charge?
yeah, like when taking a hearing aid off, put it on the charger.
Mm-hmm. So this is battery.
So
Yep. Battery. And then I've also seen charge, like you plug it in, you charge. And then hearing aid, you could just say hearing aid off. You take your hearing aid, take it off, hearing it off,
Right.
just take it.
Because I've had those situations where I had to explain that I couldn't understand what people are saying as easily because my hearing aid was charging.
Yep.
So.
Battery, charge, electric.
Right.
Good question.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Hi, Paulo.
Hi. I just want to say I might be a little bit behind because I took off my headset for a split second for something. So I might be a little bit behind. I was just wondering, does learning the alphabet help out a lot? Because I have no knowledge in sign, but I really want to learn because I always feel like when I'm trying to understand, I have to put them through this burden of trying to look for things that relate to a word that I can use to understand.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a really great question. The alphabet is a perfect way to start. Not only is it going to help you because you could just finger spell and explain what you don't understand and they could help you, but also the ABCs are used a lot in science. So you'll be able to recognize the letters and you say, oh, that's an A. Oh, so it's probably a word that starts with an A, maybe. And that will help you learn actual words. So, yes, 100%. Learn the ABCs and practice. That's really the best way to get started. So yeah, and don't feel like a burden. I don't want any of you guys to feel like a burden. It's okay to still be learning. Nobody wakes up fluent. None of you guys are burdens. So yeah, I hope that helps. Hi, Just PT.
Hi, I actually have two questions. So one relates back to the sports. What is the sign for volleyball?
So I've seen a few signs for volleyball. The first one I've seen is like you're serving, so you're kind of like hit upwards like this. But I've also seen like kind of jumping and hitting over like the net. So I've seen hitting it over, but that looks a little bit similar to basketball. So you might want to be careful, like when like following through. But I've also seen hitting upwards or hitting like that. So it depends. Yeah.
And my other question is, what's the sign for fun?
So fun, you're going to have two U hands. So they're put together, but if you don't have index, you're just going to have normal. And you're going to start on your nose and go down. Fun. Fun. I wish I could explain why this is a sign, but I cannot. Fun. Fun. Yep. Hi, Earth. Concept. So I've seen concept because this is like creative or imagine, envision. So this is kind of like you're thinking of a concept, you're thinking of an idea. But you could also just use idea because it's kind of the same idea. It's a concept. It's an idea. Yeah. Onision? Huh? Hold on, you're lagging. You're kind of like the. Can you Discord me?
Oni-chan?
ENVIS. Envision? Okay, so it can be, like I said, or it can also be this sign, which is kind of like encapsulated or like infatuated, and it's like you're so infatuated by this envisionment, and then kind of the opposite of that would be expanding. So, like you're expanding your brain and envisioning what's in front of you. Yup, yup. Sorry, you were like, bah, bah, bah. It was really hard to understand.
Earlier, you showed the sign for wrestle, and I wanted to know what the difference between that and machine was.
There's no difference. They're the same.
Same sign? Okay, thank
but
you.
it's just context. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Except I have seen machine is a little bit more like bent hands will wrestle. They're pretty much the same actually. But you could argue that machine is more bent while wrestle is a little bit more relaxed if you try really hard. And hi, Cherry. The sign for dare. Okay, I have debated this with my other volunteer teachers so much, and I cannot find a clear answer. For some reason, all my life I have learned the sign as this, which is an F hand, and you bring it quickly to your chin. But that's the same sign for expert. I don't know why I learned it as that. And it is in some dictionaries they show like this. But then we also saw another sign where you point and you pull forward. But this looks like the sign for gang. This is a sign for gang, like shoot 'em up gangs. So I was like, okay, so are you saying that it's an expert? Are you saying that it's a gang? So I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. Because there are just really weird signs out there and we can't really decide which one to use. So we usually just finger spell. But technically, if you go look it up, you're gonna see two signs of pointing and bringing forward or really quickly coming to your chin with an F hand. But this looks like gang and this looks like expert. So, I cannot give you a clear answer. I'm sorry. Yeah?
What was the actual word that you're
Dare. Dare.
Oh, okay.
Like truth or dare. I don't know why we can't just have a clear answer. I wish there was. Okay, hold on. After whoever's in the back of the line, you're gonna be the last person because I'm starting to get a headache. And I want to drink a glass of water and then we'll end class. So yeah, go ahead. Pink. Oh, G. Ping pong. Oh, I've seen like throwing the ball and then like ping pong is a little bit more like small, so it's like small wrist movements and you kind of like go back and forth, while tennis is more like big swings. Yeah, or like kind of going back and forth. So it's more like body movement of, is it a big swing or is it more small and you're kind of going back and forth? Yeah. Yep. Hello.
Hi. So I'm a new student, and I was wondering, after learning the alphabet, what should be my priorities to learn to have a proper conversation with someone?
So I would always start with the basics. So like, how are you? I'm good. I'm learning.
Okay.
Please sign again. Yada yada yada. And then once you get those down, no kidding, jump right in. Go into a conversation with somebody who's way better than you. I don't know. It's very nerve-wracking.
Scary.
It is. Yes, it is scary. But I always tell people this because I learned French for about 3 years, and my first class, my first year of learning French, it was an English teacher who learned French herself, and I noticed that she would always use English to describe French, and then like I wouldn't really learn it. Like I would only learn a little bit because I was focusing too much on her English. But then my second year, I was forced to only speak French. My teacher never spoke English unless we were in trouble. And she always spoke French, and I learned so much more. You know what? My grade was worse. I had a C in that class in my second year.
Oh.
But I learned a lot more. The reason why my grade was lower was because I was challenged a lot more and I took away a lot more. So I always recommend people just jump in, force yourself to be awkward, force yourself to be overwhelmed.
Okay.
You're not going to understand half of it, but you're going to learn a lot more because you're going to be like, oh my God, I feel so uncomfortable, but it's okay. I'm learning. It's part of it, you know?
Okay.
So yeah,
Thank
learn
you.
those basics and then jump right in. In Hero.
Hi. I have a question. Do you guys have a recorded class about the difference in grammar between ASL, PSE, and SEE? Or are you going to be teaching one?
Paige, I feel like I've covered that before. Have you recorded it, though? No? I feel like it was a segment, but probably not the whole class. I might have talked about it. Paige is our archivist. They're the one who records everyone. I think no. Okay. Well, not necessarily, but we have discussed it in the Discord. So if you want to go into Sign Assistance and then ask it again, I'll send you a really good link that you could look at that explains.
Okay, thank you.
And hello!
Hi. For sport, what's the sign for
Golf? Golf?
softball? Softball.
Oh, softball.
Yeah.
I fingerspell soft and then baseball. Because it's pretty much the same thing, right? Right? It's just a soft ball. Yeah. I always fingerspell. Yeah. Yeah. Except usually they make girls play softball and boys play baseball for some reason. I never understood that. Why is that a thing?
I don't.
Because guys are tough.
I wish I knew.
Oh.
Or tough, I should say.
Stigma.
You're right.
Girls are soft.
Actually, during the war, the girls were allowed to play baseball, but after the men come back home, the girls continue to play baseball, but the men were like, "Oh, you shouldn't play baseball," and so they create the softball hazard, the West 5 man and woman, which is pretty stupid.
Bruh. That is very stupid. Okay, well, with that lovely history lesson, let's all go and take a picture. Woo! Picture, picture, picture.